Hey guys, Mark McMahon Real Estate. Question today is, will the real estate market ever go back to quote unquote normal? Great question. Let's dissect that, talk about it a little bit. All right, guys? Hey, if you're excited about being here like I am, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and sign up for notifications so that you'll know every single time we drop a video. So the question is, what is a normal market? Right now, obviously, this is December of 2022, and we're experiencing some pain in the market. Right now, prices have come down in a lot of areas. We've had some of the Airbnb areas strongly affected here. In Southern California, prices have dropped quite a lot. And across the United States, I'm hearing stories about prices dropping. I'm not gonna go into specifics today on this. Just gonna go over theory. I've been doing this for a really, really long time, 17 years in the business. So I've gone through a couple of cycles, and I've gone through cycles before that as a homeowner, so I kind of know what's going on. Here's the thing. There will never be a normal real estate cycle again. That's just not gonna happen. Things are always evolving. I believe, this is my thought, I do believe that real estate agents' role will change drastically in the next 2 to 3 years. I believe that there will be a lot of real estate agents leaving the business. I believe real estate companies will change drastically. I believe it's more of going to be of an online process from now on. I think, your EXPs and companies like that are going to dominate the market simply because it's less expensive to do business. Most real estate companies right now make most of their money on ancillary services. The brokers don't make a lot of money selling houses anymore. There's a lot of other things that they do. They do escrows and title and things like that, and that's where a lot of their money comes in. Now, I know if you're a broker, you may disagree with that, but if you look at the earnings of a lot of the big brokerages out there, you'll understand what I'm saying. Profits are definitely going down. Right now, they're not going up. And it's going to be worse as time goes on while this market kind of goes through its conniptions and decides where it's going to end up. And I do believe, as most of you that follow me know, that the market is going to head downhill from here. And I believe that's going to hit probably 6 to 12 months from now. I know that's a big spread, but a lot of other things have to line up before that happens. So to get back to a so-called normal market, that might be impossible. So where does that leave the normal real estate agent? What does that do to the housing market for people that want to buy houses? What I see happening in the market is there's going to be fewer houses on the market for a while. People are scared to put their house up for sale right now. As the market softens, I think what we're going to be seeing is more houses coming on the market. And these will be from people that are losing jobs in, say, tech, say lending, say professional services, real estate. Lots of different businesses are going to start laying off. They're going to become a little bit more agile. They're going to want to reduce their bottom line, i.e. employee load, and they're going to start laying people off, and those people will actually begin to decide that they don't need to own a house right now because it's too much. It's too much. They're not going to be able to afford it. And until the economy picks up again, there won't be a lot of high-paying jobs out there to replace the income that they are used to making. So what does that do for us as far as returning to normal? Well, for the time being, it's going to create a lot of opportunity for investors. Now, a lot of people get upset with me when I say things like that. They think, oh my gosh, Mark, you want to take advantage of these poor people losing their jobs. I'm just taking advantage of market fluctuations as they happen. I've been doing it for a lot of years. In 2008, we took advantage of a lot of the market fluctuations, right? We started buying real estate a lot, late 2008, and we've continued to buy it all through this cycle. Our cycle softened quite a lot in 2019, and then COVID hit, and then all of a sudden it just took off again like gangbusters. So my opinion on returning to a normal cycle, we would be returning to a normal cycle right now if 2019 had been allowed to keep going, right? Prices had gone up, And 2019 hit and people kind of started pulling back, right? So a lot of people that I knew back then, including myself, that were flipping, got houses that we were scared to death that we wouldn't be able to sell and make a profit. And then COVID hit and everything changed, right? Everybody started nesting. They started buying homes to live in instead of apartments so that they could be separate from everybody and they could work from home and be comfortable. Well, I think, again, that's going to change here in the near future, and people are going to start selling some of those homes because they're going to be unaffordable, even with the low interest rates that people got when they bought those houses in the first place. So that's what's going to happen in the market. That will not be a normal market, but it will be what we call a normal cycle. So it's one of the cycles is down and one of the cycles is up. We never know when it's going to happen, but we can kind of feel it, right? I think everybody knew that this market was getting super, what I call frothy. In other words, the prices had gone up, everybody was excited, a lot of bubbles in the air, and people were just like, I gotta buy, I gotta buy, I gotta buy. And then all of a sudden people realized, oh my God, I didn't really have to buy at the top of the market. And then all of a sudden, all the rhetoric about, oh my God, you can afford to pay twice as much for this house because the interest rates are so low. Well, I think everybody caught on to that too. So what's going to happen now is a lot of people are also going to be stuck with houses that are no longer worth what they paid for them. And some of those people will get scared and back out. Question is, when will we return back to normal? Right, so I'm looking at 2 to 3 years down the road, and it could be much longer depending on how bad this recession is. So what's going to happen if this all happens, if the recession happens, which I'm convinced it's going to, if the recession happens, the market softens, how long will it take to recover? There's a lot of mitigating factors right now. COVID was a real oddity. It's something that hasn't happened since the early 1900s. I believe it was the Spanish flu that came through and knocked off a bunch of people. It wasn't quite as bad, but obviously it scared everybody. So it stopped a lot of things in the economy and it kept a lot of things going. One of them was the housing market. But I believe that was a false market. That was not what we call a normal market, the way things accelerated so quickly. So there has to be some sort of correction. And the correction is going to be probably painful. Question is, how long is it going to last? I'm just assuming based on history, that we will start climbing out. Once the market hits bottom, it will take us about a year to get back to somewhat normal. Probably it's going to be about a 2 or 3 year process. It could be longer. We could have stagflation, where things don't go up, things don't go down, things are just kind of like this. Again, a lot of opportunity during those times. There's going to be a lot of people that are getting out of the market thinking that, oh my God, real estate is stupid. And there's going to be a lot of people, or a few people like myself and hopefully you, that are going to be getting into the market and taking advantage of it before it shifts back to quote unquote a normal market. All right, so let's go back to 2007, 2008 when all this crap came down on the world during the last recession. So what happened then is, obviously, there was mortgage shenanigans going on and a lot of other things. The banks were pulling a lot of shenanigans. Can you fog a mirror? Yes, you qualify for a loan. It's not like that this time. There's a lot more equity in people's homes. People put down a larger down payment for the most part. But here's the thing that people don't understand. That can all change. Yes, just because you have a lot of equity today doesn't mean you're going to have a lot of equity tomorrow. A lot of people are looking at 20, 30, 40% equity. Well, if there's a 20% drop in the market, a lot of people are going to be right back to zero, right? Especially the people that bought in the last 2 years. So that's what we got to watch out for, guys. Watch out for jobs. Watch out for that market going down to where people start zeroing out on their houses. Even though they've got that lower interest rate, it doesn't really matter when your house is upside down and you don't have a job. So we're going to watch out for all those things. And as far as returning back to complete normalcy, don't expect that to ever happen again. The normal that we're used to will never be the normal again. The reason why is because technology is taking over this industry. So as far as being a real estate agent, now is a great time to get in as a real estate agent. I'll be honest with you. I think now is a great time to get your license as an investor. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but I don't give a damn. But what I want you to think about, though, is the advantages that you're going to have as the market shifts. There's going to be people buying, there's still going to be people selling, and then you can also still invest. Don't forget, I made $100,000 a month ago just on a couple of deals. So, and you can do the same thing if you put yourself in the right situation. And we continue to still make money buying and selling houses and helping other people buy and sell and doing all the real estate things that we do. So having a license is really, really good. But to assume that we're going to ever get back to normalcy, is, in my opinion, ridiculous. I think there will be a large concentration of smaller real estate companies and getting swallowed up by bigger real estate companies that will become more online based. I believe offices will begin to shut down for real estate brokers because no one ever goes in anyway. Let me ask you a question, guys. If you have a choice of making more money with your business or less money with your business, which one are you going to choose? Of course, they're going to choose making more money. The broker's going to look at the business the way it is today and they're going to go, I know this market's not going to go back to normal, so what can I do to stay relevant in this? And of course, that is cut costs, slash. And how do you do that immediately? You get rid of that expensive office space. So that'll create another problem, right? We're going to have a lot of office space that is no longer needed. So this whole thing is unfolding right now, guys. It's all unfolding, and it's going to be really interesting. And I mean, from my position, I don't really have office space. I work on very low overhead because I'm smart. But a lot of people that have a lot of offices right now in the real estate industry are going to be thinking about not having those. And of course, that's going to open up a lot of retail and office space for other people if they need it. But as the recession deepens, people are going to need less office space, and that's going to be another issue that we can talk about later on. Just think of a pebble dropping in the water, guys. When recessions hit, it can be caused by a lot of things. Generally, I'll tell you the honest thing. It's people getting scared, right? We can talk about GDP, we can talk about supply issues, we can talk about people buying less goods and services. There's a lot of different reasons that that recessions start. The biggest thing is recessions cause other issues, right? We have one recession in one industry that's big, like say building. Building is the largest industry in the United States, from what I hear. And let's say building just drops off the face of the earth like it's kind of going to be doing here in the next couple months. So drop a pebble in the pond and you'll see those ripples go out. So construction services, what does that affect? Guys, think about it. Write it down. It's kind of an interesting exercise. And you'll just blow your mind by thinking of all the people that are going to be affected. Suppliers, manufacturers, people that clean the bathrooms at places that sell the supplies to clean the bathrooms, the tile on the floors, the grout that goes in between the tiles, the concrete, the lumber, the nails, all these other services. I mean, we go all the way back to mining because a lot of that stuff is made from iron and steel. Everything is affected. Those ripples go to shore and every industry will be affected. I'm not a gloom and doom guy, but I've seen a recession or two in my life, and that's how it happens, guys. Opportunities will abound during this time though. So if you get your powder dry, if you can get your dry powder ready and you can educate yourself on how to take advantage of the market when it happens, you'll be ready to go. And so I strongly suggest you figure out, watch my YouTube videos, go to my Instagram, do everything you can to educate, do whatever you can. Sign up for $5 Coffee with Mark. It's a $5 that introduces you to real estate investing. Do whatever you can do to get started, to get ready, right? Preparation. Preparation's really important right now. So just wait and see what happens. Like I said, there's no guarantee to anything I said. When COVID hit, game changer, total game changer. I was slowly shutting down my business as far as the flipping and the wholesaling goes in 2019. I thought, okay, we're hitting recession now. It's time to change things up. And then COVID changed it, right? So anything can come along and change it. But if things happen the way it looks like it's going to happen, there's going to be opportunity out there, guys. I want you to be ready for it. Thank you so much for tuning into this. I hope you understood what I was saying. I'm excited about this. I'm worried about other people. I'm excited about it. If you liked what you heard, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up for notifications, and I will see you next time.